Good morning and welcome to Personal Peaceful Growth Calendar week number 6. This is Sue Lawton and
And Deb Weyland,
hey Deb, how are you today?
I'm great. How about you? Other than I think we're both a little chilly.
Yes, it is. There's frosty on the pumpkin this morning.
hmm
Even my moms were complaining out front. They were going like, "Brr, put a blanket on us."
Aw.
But we haven't had any snow yet. How about by you?
No, please. We don't think the white stuff as much as it's beautiful to look at. No white stuff.
Yes. Well, this is week 6 of our calendar events, and we've had some really interesting comments from people and some great questions we're going to cover with you today. We've had people repeatedly telling us about how their minds won't stop, right, Deb?
Yeah, it just kind of goes on and on and on and replay. It's like that replay button on your remote.
Yeah, but it's
Uh-huh.
fun.
It is, and it's stuck though.
Well, that's why we have oil recommendations, and we suggest that when you're applying your oils, you declare your statements of intent. So if you want to
hmm
be happy, be who you want to be. If others don't like it, then let them be. Happiness is
Cool.
a choice. Life isn't about pleasing everybody.
Isn't that the truth?
No, it's about pleasing you.
I know, but so many people get stuck in that rut with family and friends, and you want to make everybody happy. You don't want to rock the boat. You just want to keep that even keel, and then you kind of lose yourself in there a little bit.
Yes, and it's really important that when your mind is busy, that you give it fun gymnastics, that you give it happy pictures, happy sayings. You play back pleasant events as opposed to trying to resolve impossible questions. Like, why was that person mean to me? Well, they probably were just having a bad day and it had absolutely nothing to do with you. Why think about it?
Well, that's a trap we get in. A lot of us, we personalize everything and make it our own fault. So,
Right. And if you're loving yourself, you aren't looking for insult. You're not looking for anything from other people. You're
mhm,
looking at yourself as providing just perfect love.
that's right. It
And
says you will never speak to anyone more than you speak to yourself in your head.
right.
I can attest to that. So be kind to yourself. Let the thoughts that you think in your head also be kind. Let them be complimentary. Praise yourself. There's nothing wrong with giving yourself a pat on the back for doing a good job.
Not only that, but you need to acknowledge when you feel good about something, such
hmm
as when you have a friend who loves to complain about things, rather than correct them, you just put your head in a different place. And later you could say, I'm so glad I didn't try to remind her she was being negative again. I just went to my own happy place and I didn't realize it.
hmm
And this is,
Woohoo!
I am
I,
happy being in the moment.
isn't that the truth?
And we love vetiver, rosemary, and wild orange. We love each of those individually and we love them together. And I still love Donna's special thing. She makes up the rollerball on Sunday. She hangs it on her refrigerator along with her calendar. And every time the family opens the refrigerator door, the rule is they got to apply the oil and say something nice about themselves. Like, I
I
am
just think that
peaceful. I am able to see what I need to do next.
mhm. I'm happy with what I can see, and I know I can rest well when I sleep. That's a good one. And
Yeah.
I serve my physical needs consistently, other than opening the door to the refrigerator.
Yes. Yes. Because that's what she was trying to slow down. A couple of them want to be on special diets. So stop visiting the refrigerator. But when they do, they get some oils. They get to restate their intentions.
Yeah, I actually copied her idea. I put my calendar there too, and I found this cute little metal basket that, is magnetic, that it's right on my refrigerator that holds my little roller bottle. So it's right there. And most of us live in our kitchen, whether it's not just for eating, but it seems to be a hangout place. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a perfect spot to have things.
Yes. And one of my yoga people wrote to me and said, every time I hang the calendar up, people change the page. And so
Oh,
she decided that whatever page they get to, she's thrilled with it, and that's what they talk about. And
well,
let's
that's
talk
great.
a little bit about vetiver and rosemary. When people are lost in their brain circle, and the brain circle
Mhm.
doesn't have a lot of happy in it,
Right.
the combination of vetiver and rosemary seriously will open up new areas. It will open up like new lines of thinking. It will
Hmm.
relax you if you have anxiety associated with one of those replays you talked about, Deb.
Hmm.
And rosemary will open things up. It opens up your heart, it opens up your lungs. You get more oxygen going. It really is wonderful. And of course, our wild orange is really quite a bonus because it loves your heart and it loves lifting spirits because it allows more oxygen to go to your happy cells. Do you like
And
rosemary?
most people just thinking about wild orange puts a happy face on them. They it just makes them smile because it is such citrus smells are just so joyful in and of themselves. But
Yes,
I do love the vetiver. It's very grounding, that earthy smell. It's really nice.
yes. And let's just remember to say another prayer for our friends in Haiti, where
Mm-hmm.
Deborah comes from. And the whole area was leveled by the hurricane.
I
So
know.
let's just hope that some of our friends are recovering and that they're safe and they get the help they need.
Absolutely. I know that doTERRA Helping Hands is already putting some things into place to help them out down there. So I'm grateful for that as well.
Me too.
Hmm.
Yeah, we donate our money every month, and doTERRA gathers it together and shares it with areas that need support. Now, if you think of music washing away from the soul the dust of everyday life, you can also think of it as quieting or soothing your brain because it's impossible for you to hear pleasant music and think negative thoughts. That would get me moving in the morning.
It does. And I instantly become a conductor. So my arms are moving.
Are you dancing around the kitchen again?
I'm just pretending to be the conductor of the orchestra.
Yay! And if
I love I love this winter by from the Four Seasons. It is it is upbeat. There's parts of it that's they're slower, they're calmer. It just does so much for your body. You kind of get the whole sensation, you know?
yes, and Vivaldi has a full range that music is appropriate for all moods. And
Hmm.
like I said, the reason I love it is with the oils, the frequency of the music works together with the oils to ease you into new habits. If you focus with music and oils and stay in the present moment, you will be amazed at what you can accomplish. And you will be amazed in your clear statements of, I am peaceful. I can do it. I have everything I need, and I just need to get in action. I am having a highly productive day for all the things that are important to me. When you work with the oils and the music and your intentions, going back to your vision board is really important. You got to review those goals.
Yes, and for me, when I listen to that music, it helps stop the thoughts in your head. It changes that, repetitiveness if you're berating yourself for not being able to accomplish something. So I think that's a wonderful thing as well.
And please
Um,
remember, the only keeper of your happiness is you. You have to stop expecting other people to meet your needs unless you express them.
mhm.
Stop giving people power to control your smile, your worth, and your attitude. You have to be happy with you. And that way you can spend time with your family that might be a little dysfunctional. They might be a little needy. Maybe nobody out there has a family like that. I have a family like that. They're very needy. I love them, but they're needy because
I
they
think
don't all
most
get
people
it.
have family. I think most people have families like that, Sue.
Oh, do you have a family like that, Miss Deb?
Yes, absolutely. And I think that's just part of what you have to deal with growing up. But as an adult and through the help of webinars like this and using the oils, you do begin to take ownership for yourself. And I found myself, this was a journey. I find my own happiness now, and I stop giving my power away to other people, be it a family member, a friend, a coworker, and realize that I'm the one that's in control. I'm in the driver's seat.
Right. And how I respond to other people is on me. And sometimes the best response, and you're going to laugh, is no response. There's no need to be right. There's no need when someone is pushing their agenda at you for you to try to enlighten them or change their mind. You could just be very quiet. My family, a long time ago, learned to accept the fact when I was not talking that whatever was going on, I wasn't going to be part of. You can go ahead and make whatever decisions you want. I'm just not being part of this.
Mm-hmm.
So they've also learned to be quiet. It really helps. And we can't forget about our friend Ollie Oil.
Yes. Our little helping friend for our kids. And I have to tell you, they're great reminders for me too. I am content to have alone time. There are some people that just don't like to be alone with themselves. And it's really a really great thing to have that quiet time. It can be a time of reflection, and enjoy that time. You don't always have to be surrounded by tons of people to enjoy yourself. So the happier you are with yourself, the more content you will be being by yourself. And our little hint is that wild orange may give you an energy boost on a dreary, cloudy day. And I have to tell you, there's some rain in the forecast. So for next week. So when we have those dreary days, break out the wild orange, and it really is a mood booster.
Yes, and
I
remember,
have it.
tomorrow is Thursday, and Deb and I are taking our friends who've earned the right, and they've been very good. They've earned stars. They're going on a fishing expedition with us tomorrow. Woohoo!
Mhm. Yay!
Yes, we don't get seasick. A lot of the staff members get seasick. We don't. We go out there and enjoy the sea. And I have to tell you, one of my favorite things is cell phones don't work.
That is so true. I think people would be happier if they just give themselves a 10-minute break from their cell phone. Maybe we have to implement that. Cell phone break time.
Yes. And then they'll say, but I don't have a timer. Oh, well, turn it off and forget about it. Forget about it.
And listen to some music, right?
Yes. Turn your music.
Alone time, music, no cell phone. There you go. The perfect the recipe for happiness.
Yes. And say your affirmations in that 10 minutes.
Pick a card, any card, it'll work.
Yes. Pick a happy thought and stick with it.
Well, I saw the lovely story on your Facebook page about the woman who didn't know what she was feeling that day, what her emotions were, and she picked one of your affirmation cards, and it started her whole day on the right path. That was an amazing story.
Yeah, I just love how people share their own stuff.
Hmm. You know, a child who sings is a happy child. And just from my own personal experiences in school, I sang all the time. Now, am I the best singer? No. But the kids thought it was fun, and I made silly voices and I did silly things. And you know, it changed the mood for the entire class. There were kids, even though they were young, kindergarten, 5, 6 years old, they came in with a lot of baggage, Sue. I
Oh,
mean, you just saw their faces in the morning. They had a fight at home, or mommy and daddy were fighting, or, they didn't get the lunch they want. They didn't get the snack. All these things upset these children. But honest to God, within an hour of being there, because we sung our songs, we danced around, everything changed. The mood shift was so measurable.
yep. But they also felt very safe with you. They knew they could depend on you. And if you wanted to sing silly songs, they realized that was a really cool thing to do.
Yes, well, when you do we used to do our morning exercise routine with to chicken fat, and if you get through that song, you can't help but laugh and have a good time. So,
Great.
and they were up and moving too.
Great.
I think Marianne Williamson hit this. It was definitely the nail on the head. Children are happy because they don't have a file in their mind called all the things that could go wrong.
Yes.
Okay, they know what's happening in the now, but they're not dwelling on the future and all the what ifs and things like that. And they appreciate the here and now for the most part. And it's so important because they deserve as much happiness as we do as adults.
Right. You don't see kids getting all wound up about what's going to happen after school because they usually are right in the moment. Like you said,
Mm-hmm.
there's no file in their head to give them a set of worries or anticipation. Their experience so far has been, what's next? Okay, here we go.
Well, that's why our affirmation for the week, be happy in the moment, is so important even for adults because we do spend so much time worrying about the future.
Yes, it can
Aww.
definitely happen. Keep your eyes open and your feet moving forward. You will find exactly what you need. If you're sitting at home wishing, if you're sitting with your phone next to you and there's four people you should follow up with and you keep putting it off, what could change? You're going to be irritated
Nothing.
with yourself because you didn't follow up. And whoever you were supposed to follow up with doesn't get the benefit of your sharing. Make those calls before noon. Be perfectly present. Don't clean your desk again. That doesn't help you be productive. Although it's nice to have a clean desk. Once in a
It
while, I
is.
get to see the surface of mine. Once in a while.
Mine too. But it's so true. If you wait for that phone call to get something planned or someone to call back to schedule that meeting, it may not happen. So you have to take the initiative and do it yourself. Oh, I just love this picture, Sue. Is this so true?
This is so true. So if the words you said about yourself appeared on your skin, would you still love you?
Mm-hmm.
The tapes that play, the tapes, boy, does that date me. The programs that play in your head
Mm-hmm.
are undermining you. They're full of doubt. They're full of what ifs. They're full of postponements. You're not finishing anything. You've got to think of it as, how am I going to wear this later? Where is that going to show up? Is that going to show up on my belly? Is that going to show up on my thigh? Is everyone going to see my hands and arms? Well, they think it's weird. It's 70 degrees out. I'm wearing gloves, so you can't see my words. You have to really focus on allowing yourself gentle love. You have to give yourself credit for the things you've done, like keep your mouth shut. When silliness is going on, keep your mouth shut.
Mm-hmm.
If they were open to your opinion, they would ask for it.
Mhm. And when we talk about words like this, we've done our vision boards and people are changing them, but you can put statements about yourself on your board so that when you're going over it every day, you're saying those positive affirmations about yourself as well. And it's perfectly okay to say, I love myself
Yes,
on your board. Have it there.
yes. It's very important. You really want to be aware of your being good to you. And what happens is funny subtle thing happens on the side. While you're acknowledging your goodness, you bring a new rhythm to you. You bring a new harmony that's comfortable and more pleasant for you to stay in. Wear it like a coat. And so if you're around other people who don't march with the same rhythm of appreciation or positive harmony, they'll start steering away from you. You won't even have to make them leave. They will steer away from you, and you will draw to you the compliments for your virtues. This is
Mm-hmm.
true. And if you say something nice to yourself 18 times in a row, it will stick.
Mm-hmm. Didn't you tell me the story of the kids that used to write right on their skin
Yes.
the kind words? Yes.
And then they showed their parents how to do it.
Mm-hmm. Happiness comes when we stop complaining about the troubles we have and say thanks to God or whoever you believe in for the troubles that we don't have. And it's so, this is one thing I have to say that Sue has taught me. Rather than moan and groan about being stuck in the traffic or, oh, I went to get dressed and I put a run in my pantyhose and I got delayed, I'm running out the door late. Instead of complaining about these type of things and thinking about it the other way, well, there was a reason I sat in traffic because 2 miles up ahead there was a problem that I avoided. And it has made such a difference in my life. Instead of moaning and groaning about what occurred, look for the positive side of it. And that's difficult for a lot of us to do, but it really does change your whole focus, the way you think about things.
It certainly does. And I still believe in expressing gratitude for 3 new things that you appreciate every day.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a reminder from convention: apply spikenard to
Yes.
these points, combined with peppermint or citrus oils for relaxation and mood elevation. Does it take very long? No. Does it work really good? Yes.
Yes, you experienced that firsthand.
Ah, ah, firsthand. That was good.
Sorry. Just had to put that in there.
Yes, that was good.
The secret of happiness, just like we were saying, is to have a bad memory.
Yes.
Oh, don't be the broken record. Don't replay it. Don't go over it. Don't do the should-haves, the would-haves, the could-haves. It's over. It's done. Let it go and move forward. As our Sue said earlier, we just have to keep marching forward and going ahead.
Yes. It's very important that you choose what's in your brain and don't open those old files that will undermine your feeling good. Just
Mm-hmm.
cancel those files. Put a flusher on the side of your head and go, shh, all gone. You have a choice. View yourself positively right now, love yourself right now, and see the amazing good things that draw to you that will surprise you.
It is so true. I always say, when you're feeling bad or something, just give yourself your own hug. Put your right hand on your left shoulder, put your left hand on your right shoulder, and give yourself a squeeze. And it sounds really silly, but you know what? Boy, oh boy, it really feels good.
Yeah.
Pick yourself up and move on. If you're 50, 60, 70 years old and you're still replaying all this stuff from your childhood, that's telling you something. It's time to get over it, let it out of your head, as Sue said, flush it away and move on. You're missing out on so many fun aspects of life because you're living in the past.
Yes, and we'd like to thank you all for getting up this morning, and we thank you all for listening to the recording that'll be posted later. And we want to remind you, if you need extra copies of the calendar, go to our friends at Aroma Tools. Go to our friends at Essential Oil Gear. And if you're in Australia, there's our friends in Perth. That would be Noel and John at Blanchard and Croft. You could get supplies there too. And thanks, Deb. It's always fun working with you. And
you as well, Sue. Have an amazing Wednesday.
yes.
Oh, it's hump day. See, we made it.
Yay! Yay! We're halfway through the week, and tomorrow we get to go fishing. Yay!
Oh, I'm so looking forward to that. Everyone that's listening, thank you so much. We appreciate your time and attention, and we just enjoy talking to you. And there's our nice, happy visual for the day. Beautiful.
Yes. Put yourself right in the center of that lovely flower and stay kissed by the sunshine.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you so much, Sue.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.